Caffè non te lo consiglio, perché eravamo andati a prendere le uova e quindi stava bollendo. Io qua, questo è proprio un posto dove penso a tutto fuori che alle moto. Resta un secondo, per un secondo. Le idee, oltre nelle riunioni, qualche volta ti vengono anche quando stai pensando veramente ad un'altra cosa. Quindi sono momenti comunque importanti, sia per rilassarsi un po', ma anche appunto perché qualche volta ti viene l'idea giusta. Sono Gigi Delligna e sono il direttore generale di Ducati Corse. Io sono sicuramente una persona molto curiosa, tutto quello che invece è la tecnologia mi piace tantissimo. Sempre un lavoro di fantasia, sempre una sfida alla ricerca di cose nuove, di cose che ti appassionano alla fine, perché comunque la tecnica, sviluppare cose nuove. La fantasia nella vita è sempre la cosa che mi ha quasi emozionato di più. Noi siamo più innovatori rispetto a tutti gli altri. Siamo stati un passo avanti in tantissimi ambiti, non solamente nell'ambito tecnologico. Negli ultimi anni sicuramente Ducati è stata quella che ha vincendo più di tutti in questo momento. È stato un continuo miglioramento anno dopo anno, gara dopo gara per raggiungere appunto l'obiettivo che avevamo, che era quello di vincere prima delle gare.
Ducati winning MotoGP again. That first race in 6 years.
Di vincere poi il campionato del mondo.
The long wait is over. 15 years of hard work for Ducati. Bagnaia and Ducati are MotoGP World Champion.
E poi di continuare a essere lo stato dell'arte della MotoGP. Un pilota vuole sempre vincere e anch'io sto male quando non riesco a portare la mia moto sul gradino più alto del podio. È chiaro che normalmente il miglior pilota cerca la miglior moto e viceversa. Noi non abbiamo i budget che hanno i nostri avversari e quindi per noi diventa ancora più importante sviluppare la moto per poter poi puntare al miglior pilota. Qualche volta viene il momento delle scelte, scegliere qual è il pilota da mettere nel team ufficiale.
Hola tío, ¿qué tal? ¿Todo bien? ¿Estás pelando bien? Yeah.
Thank you.
Chaos, mate. How do you do? Good.
Thank you.
Morning. Morning.
This year's rider market is set to be frenetic. Only 4 out of the 22 MotoGP riders have their seat confirmed for the coming season. The whole paddock is waiting to see which rider Ducati pick for their factory team. Three names are in contention for the 2025 Ducati factory seat alongside Pecco Bagnaia. Enea Bastianini,
we can be the only one, but it's early.
Owner of the seat for the past 2 years.
Full send on the inside of Bagnaia. Bastianini on the red paint on the outside.
He was injured for much of the 2023 season. But in this campaign, he's fighting at the top once again.
And now Bastianini does take second place.
Jorge Martin,
I was feeling myself, who is number one?
last year's World Championship runner-up
Martin goes into the lead.
Vamos, seguimos.
and current World Championship leader, as Ducati make their decision. He came very close to joining the Ducati factory team in 2022, but the Italian factory ultimately chose Enea Bastianini.
Yo el año pasado fui subcampeón del mundo, fui líder y al final con eso con lo que hago.
And Marc Marquez,
A fugar pero con cabeza.
the most successful rider currently on the MotoGP grid, with 6 MotoGP World Championships to his name.
Here comes Marc Marquez on the inside of Pecco Bagnaia. What a move that was.
His quick adaptation to the Ducati and the reputation that precedes him has seen him emerge as a real contender for the factory seat.
Back-to-back second places from 13th place.
One more time, we fight with the top 2 guys of Ducati.
It's a real difficult decision. Honestly speaking, we have not to consider only the 24 race, but we have to consider all the histories of our riders. I think this is important, but you know, it's a really difficult decision because all the 3 riders are really champion, and so you know, we will see.
Quello di Ducati con Marquez è come una telenovela. Ti piace? Tanto. Vedere che fa.
Do you have any preference between Jorge, Marc, maybe Enea?
I know the speed of other riders like Jorge or like Mark, and will be complicated.
I think at the moment I think that is more
Gigi Dall'Igna nearing probably one of the toughest decisions he's ever had to make since he took over the helm of Ducati back in, 2014. It does look like, you feel, it's a straight shootout between Martin and Marquez, but what more can Jorge Martin do to convince Ducati that he's worthy for that seat alongside Pecco Bagnaia? Jorge Martin is going to win the Portuguese Grand Prix. It's a race win for Jorge Martin, and he is the World Championship leader.
Sprint winner, Sunday winner, so we didn't left anything for the rivals.
Fighting fire with fire. He smashes the screen. 29 points clear of Bagnaia in the championship chase. Jorge Martin is making it very difficult for Ducati management to say no to him, isn't they?
Oh, tío, grande, tío. Me la gana,
Jorge's team, his manager is same than mine. So we all together believe that was done, the deal was done with Ducati. Was just about to sign the contract, which obviously is very important, but when somebody gives you the hand is sometimes as important as a contract.
D-Day is looming, decision day is looming for Ducati. We believe that they're looking to have things wrapped up at their home Grand Prix in Mugello next weekend. We are at magnificent Mugello for round 7 in the 2024 MotoGP World Championship. So much talk about the future of so many high-profile riders off the circuit. In particular, of course, World Championship leader Martin and Marc Marquez. The big sporting newspapers, Gazzetta dello Sport here in Italy, they ran with the story that Jorge Martin has already won the race for the factory seat alongside Pecco Bagnaia.
Hombre, el deal no está hecho.
Bueno, es que no sé mucho qué decirte. Al final, para llegar a hacer un contrato tiene que pasar días y bueno, que las dos partes estén de acuerdo, ¿no? Pero bueno, básicamente han hablado y la primera toma de contacto ha sido buena, así que nada, esperemos que salga todo como queremos.
Es decir, sí que te han dicho que eres el elegido.
No te puedo decir más, pero bueno, llevo detrás de ir de rojo muchos años, ya compitiendo contra diferentes rivales, digamos, porque siempre era como la competición contra alguien y bueno, creo que ya es hora.
On Thursday, Martin is visibly pleased. Everything suggests that he's been chosen for the factory team. But Marc Marquez arrives in Mugello with a clear message for Ducati management.
Hemos estado hablando con Jorge Martín después de que la Gazzetta publicara que ha sido el elegido y nos ha dicho que Ducati ya ha hablado con él. ¿Contigo ha hablado?
Sí, vamos hablando.
¿Y qué te han dicho? ¿Te han dicho que no eres el elegido?
No me han dicho eso.
Porque si tienes el último material en el Prama, que eso es una opción para ti.
No es una opción.
¿Por qué?
Porque no es una opción.
Entonces, ¿cuál sería la alternativa si no estás de rojo? ¿Tener la moto oficial en el Gresini?
Bueno, lo que me has preguntado tú, Pramac, no es una opción.
¿Pero por qué lo tienes tan claro?
Porque soy un hombre de ideas claras.
Mucha suerte.
Muchas gracias.
Oggi è tutto per te.
No, qui per l'altro.
Pero nada más. Ponete a hacer no carrera. Solo carrera ya. Vas a hacer chao. Ahí.
Mark, you say that what was most important for you was to have an official bike. So why are you saying now that Pramac is not an option for you?
Because it's not an option. I mean, because I will not move from one satellite team to another one. If you want to fight for the championship, if you have more facilities, like is a factory team, like is a last version bike, I mean, you need to try to have.
Media and press are always speculating, no? So, you know, it's always we have to support all this information. My job is to write, so I will try to be really focused, and then Monday, Tuesday, then we will have time to speak, and let's see what happens.
Jorge Martin looks to find his Midas touch once again in the sprint to fire another warning shot across the bows of the Ducati. Ignore me at your peril in terms of the factory seat next year. It's going to be lights out, and we are racing in the sprint here in the Grand Prix of Italy. Pecco Bagnaia absolutely nailed the start. Jorge Martin just missed out, launching away from pole position. Bastianini aggressive on the brakes, also into turn one. He's coming under early attack here. Martin on the inside. That's brilliant. They're going to top it out there. All eyes, though, on this fascinating battle, intriguing battle, of course, fighting for a factory Ducati seat in 2025, and now fighting for second place here in this sprint. There's just more than points at stake here, that's for sure. Marquez has another pop going down into San Donato. He's got the inside line. Marquez then now up into second place. He wants more, and he will chase more. It's Martin, one of the key riders in this sprint, and it is Jorge Martin who was struggling to go with the pace of Marquez ahead of him. Martin blows it. Is Martin feeling the pressure of all the outside talk about Ducati's decision?
Grazie.
Bravo, bel lavoro.
Sì, sì, sì. È andata bene. Ciao. Grazie. Grazie.
Beh, soprattutto su sta pista qua dove...
Sì, ma questa volta è diversa. Lo sai.
Oggi Martin, una giornata un po' più difficile del solito. Allora sai che noi in questi casi facciamo delle ipotesi, un'ipotesi tecnica, un'ipotesi psicologica, le conseguenze del mercato, già solidi. Qual è la realtà?
Non so, dimmela a te. Ya che parte queste analisi, non so.
The clock is ticking. Ducati's decision is imminent and is expected after Sunday's race in Mugello.
This weekend, I'm sure we're seeing these live pictures inside the factory Ducati garage. Paolo Campanotti there alongside Gigi Dell'Igna. Now we know that those two have been locked in a lot of conversations behind the scenes about the future of a certain Jorge Martin and about the future of a certain 8-time world champion Marc Marquez. Bagnaia, once again, visually you can clearly see with the naked eye just opening up a little bit of a gap back to Martin. Martin's coming under no real great pressure. He knows that Bastianini is right there, but the beast has just not been able to get close enough. As Marquez tries to get his hooks into Bastianini, Bagnaia, Martin, Bastianini and Marquez are about to complete a home route for Ducati as they occupy the top 4. What has the beast got left in terms of this battle for second?
Martin had a sniffer victory around about a lap ago. He needs to be careful on this final lap, not to let Bastianini get too close and potentially lose second place.
Here comes Bastianini too far back. It's going to be all about now the drag race to the finish line. Here comes Bastianini. He gets through into second place on Martin.
How did Jorge Martin let that happen?
Fino alla fine, fino alla fine hai tirato fino alla fine.
Che passa, Dio? Mamma mia. Che passa, alla fine? Oggi è un bel tempo.
Grande lavoro.
Abbiamo trovato. Per l'anno prossimo non c'è dubbio. Ah, l'ultima curva, Dio. Dio, cazzo. Io.
Dimmi. Sì, oggi si vedeva, Poi vedi. Un po' di più.
Se te ve especialmente sonriente, no sé si ha habido algún cambio con respecto a el jueves o no.
Sigo tranquilo, o sea, sigo muy tranquilo, hemos hecho un gran fin de semana, ayer segundos, hoy luchando con las 24, o sea, estoy muy tranquilo.
Pues parecía claro que iba a ser el piloto pegador.
Es que sigue igual y hay las mismas opciones.
Pero el jueves sí que estabas contento, lo dijiste.
Bueno, es que ya no ha cambiado nada y siguen habiendo las mismas opciones que había él.
Pues, ¿sigues igual de contento que el jueves o menos?
Igual, exactamente igual.
The time for speculation is over. Ducati's decision is taken on Sunday night at Mugello after the Italian GP.
Abbiamo fatto la scelta pensando di prendere i migliori 2 piloti che in questo momento sono sulla griglia della MotoGP.
After the Mugello race, I remember Sunday seeing Albert crying. He told me they decide for Marc, and yeah, it was a shock. Jorge came to my motorhome at 8 in the afternoon and he left at midnight. We spent 4 hours thinking, watching movies, talking about, and he felt that he was not as good, as important as he thought for Ducati. Jorge was not that angry or that sad. He said to me, this is life, they decide. And I remember perfectly saying, we're going to win them in the future with another brand. And I said, yeah, but what you going to do? What's your plan? I said, I don't know. I have to decide between KTM and Aprilia. I said to Massimo, you need to write the contract immediately because I don't want that KTM will call and will give more money or that Jorge rethinks and decide to go Formula One or whatever. This opportunity you need to take.
Ragazzi, devo fare un brindisi. Calici perché io c'ho la news. Let me introduce you the new Aprilia racing rider who will replace Aleix Espargaró.
We felt like 2025's rider market, the silly season, was going to be probably the silliest we've seen. Marco Bezzecchi slotting into Aprilia's factory squad.
Squadrone. Vai, forza Aprilia.
It has gone absolutely crazy, and it doesn't stop there.
Ducati's decision to sign Marc Marquez could be part of an even bigger puzzle. Prima Pramac Racing, MotoGP's reigning team champions, might leave Ducati after 20 years to join Yamaha.
Basta banda! Frankie,
dimmi.
Non ti dico le regole, solo devi sapere una cosa. A più di 15 punti con 3 tiri rimaniamo in Ducati, se ne fa meno di 15 andiamo in Yamaha.
Ok.
Yet more big breaking news. Yamaha Motor Company Limited are pleased to announce that Pramac Racing will be Yamaha's second factory team in inverted commas from 2025 onwards.
The after effects of your decision are now as clear as ever. Ducati are losing Pramac, Marco Bezzecchi, Enea Bastianini, and Jorge Martin. Is Marc Marquez worth all of that?
Overall, we are weaker than this year, but for a factory team, we will have the best ever riders in the history of Ducati.
I guess Ducati's loss is very much Aprilia's gain, isn't it? They're getting the World Championship. They could have the #1 plate on RSGP at the start of 2025.
I think he's giving us a lot of responsibility. He comes to Aprilia to win, and we employ him to win. So we have no more excuse. I am Massimo Rivola, CEO of Aprilia Racing.
Sì, dai, di qua. Pianino.
For me, the message is that we have a mission. The goal is clear. I'm here to win, not and to grow. I think we have everything we need to fight for the victory. I don't think we should complain about what we don't have. We should maximize what we have. That must be the culture. I think the more you speak to the people, the more they understand where we want to go. Ma io vorrei che dimostrassimo qui che se c'è un'alternativa siamo noi.
It's magnificent, Magic Maverick Vinales. He completes the treble in Texas. Pole, sprint win, and his first Grand Prix victory for the factory Aprilia team in 2024 in an unforgettable race.
The win with Aprilia has a different value because when I signed for them, they were P15, P10. And looking how much we may grow up this factory, it's amazing.
La moto inizia veramente a esserci, non è mai abbastanza, quindi Romano sa che non è mai abbastanza e quindi faremo di tutto per fare di più. Ma se abbiamo la convinzione sempre di aver ottenuto il massimo dalla moto, io non sono convinto. Sometimes I say that we are walking always in a very thin line. Falling from that line is very easy. At the end, 90% is related to people. When things goes right, it's easier because you get the motivation. But when things are not going right, then you start struggling, and keeping the group is a bit more difficult. But it's part of the game.
Arguably, the biggest surprise so far of this season has been Maverick Vinales pulling the plug on Aprilia. He is on his way to Red Bull KTM Tech 3.
¿Por qué me voy de Aprilia? Una de las razones y algo que pesa mucho en mi decisión es lo de Austin. No puedo comprender cómo en Austin logré realmente llegar a ese potencial y no poder repetirlo. No. Ha tenido mucho peso en mi decisión.
KTM strengthened their squad, not only by adding Maverick Vinales from Aprilia, but also another factory rider, Enea Bastianini from Ducati.
I took from each of them a rider. We took Maverick and Enea, so I took what I think made us better for next year.
Ed è sicuramente vero.
I like to build more than steal from the others.
Okay, guys, let's jump in the weekend debrief. First of all, congratulations again to everybody.
My name is Pete Beiro, and I'm motorsports director here in KTM. It's a consistent fight to improve. And you stand still in this class, everybody is improving so much and working so hard that, I mean, the speed lately goes like 1 second faster every single year on this high level already.
Adesso sono tutti contro Ducati. Tutti gli altri si coalizzino per cercare di mettere i bastoni un po' tra le ruote di chi sta vincendo più di tutti in questo momento. L'aerodinamica è stata la prima guerra che gli altri costruttori hanno fatto contro di noi per cercare di far bandire le ali.
When Ducati brought the wing to cool the rear tire, we even made a complaint to the FIM. We went to court in Geneva to get a decision on the court. For sure, the result must be very clear. It's an aerodynamic part, and Ducati has to take it off the bike for the future. At the end, it was proven it's just there to cool the tire. And Massimo told me later that was the day when he traveled back from the court thing in Geneva and started to call his aerodynamic friends out of Formula One.
If that was the rule, that was then becoming a priority for me to follow.
The traction control works in one.
For me, that was a sort of test to pass a message inside the company that I was there to fight. But also the message was for the outside. That was the same message. I'm not here to get any so don't tell me the story because I know the story better than you guys. So
Massimo, I think he brought in also a fresh wind in Aprilia and also MotoGP. He had a different approach.
Adesso però iniziano a spingere perché
we fight the same fight, and then our target is Ducati. We are close to each other, but there is a gap for both of us to that step. But I feel we are kind of in the same boat together with them, trying to play the catch-up game with Gigi.
È importante guardare e capire se i nostri competitor stanno facendo cose diverse rispetto a quello che noi stiamo facendo e bisogna cercare di capire se stanno facendo le cose meglio di noi.
Pecco Bagnaia reigns in Spain. Jorge Martin, he is the master. Nea Bastianini, what a performance by the Italian. The Marquez brothers are going to be on the podium. And Ducati's domination continues.
Clearly Ducati has an advantage now, and we need all to make a step.
Can anyone stop the Linea's winning machine?
KTM will have talented riders.
Second place for Brad Binder. Pedro Acosta, incredible. He is second.
So I think next year will be a challenging season. I expect to be in a very good position.
That dream is there. We want to become MotoGP world champion.
Paura non bisogna mai averla. Quando si fanno le corse bisogna avere rispetto, bisogna pensare di avere degli avversari forti, ma non bisogna mai aver paura. E nella MotoGP ci sono i migliori piloti, ci sono i migliori tecnici, ci sono i migliori direttori sportivi, c'è il meglio di tutto e quindi è dove vincere diventa più difficile.
Sì, to dream and difficult to achieve.
There's no question we have another big superstar in the making in Pedro Acosta.
My goal was amazing. Unbelievable. Was like...
This is quite astonishing, quite remarkable, isn't it?
Ahí tocando los top 3 ya.
There is your glimpse of the future, ladies and gentlemen.
My four-wheel career is gonna start. Okay, we go.
La carrera para ganarla no hace falta ser más rápido. Hace falta ser...
It's like when your girlfriend compares with the ex.
La gente está cachonda perdida.
We don't give up until we reach the very top of this class.
Oh my God, esto va a ser épico, papu.